The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive
Crosstown traffic and the green line whizzing by overhead on this calm winter night in Chicago.
Welcome
but not for
to
long.
The All-Star Game. Let's meet the starters for the West. At forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an All-Star, each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Akeem Olajuwon. At guard, making his first All-Star appearance, the virtual star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Irvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Stars. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an All-Star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players. In his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an All-Star for the 10th time. One of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star Games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the NBA leader in scoring and steals, an All-Star each of his 4 seasons, the charismatic star of the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the East All-Stars is Mike Fratello.
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the host of the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago, has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
And the West will start out with the possession. Wilkins against English. Now, here's Johnson. Not a lot of room. Offensive rebound. The layup off target.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Tremendous pass from Bird. He can do it all. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
And the Tennessee Volunteers should be here. Here's Johnson. Feeds to Malone. Magic Johnson delivers passes with such pinpoint accuracy. Wow!
And, you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said go for 25 and 11.
Jordan inside. He's against Lever. And when the jump shot is fallen for Michael Jordan, what can you do? He is unstoppable. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed they do. Clark wide open, high scoring both ways.
These tremendous All-Stars are putting on a tremendous show, Kevin.
What a blast. Now here's Thomas. Pass to Bird. And stolen by Olajuwon. Down low, Malone. And Magic Johnson continuing to orchestrate beautifully. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
Wilkins finds Bird. Got it. Good job in the low post.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last three playing here tonight.
Johnson, the pass to Lever. Olajuwon against Malone. Olajuwon with incredible footwork for a big man. Clark, amidst this All-Star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch.
And Dominique Wilkins is the go-to scorer for the Hawks, no question about that. And he's embraced that leadership role as well. Obviously a huge part of the Hawks' success.
Now here's Johnson. No points in the game yet for him. And Jordan sends it back.
With defensive prowess and nearly a 7-foot wingspan, it's a lot harder to get a clean look on Jordan than most guys.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in LA as a fundraiser, and I understand it's quite an event.
And that one is good.
Well, Dominique runs into some tight defense, but sticks with his shot and manages to push through.
And here's the West with the ball. Outside Lever. He kicks it to English. Johnson outside. Pass to Malone. Oh, on display, the motor of Karl Malone.
And making his All-Star debut in his third year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game. Moses Malone is not only a 6-time rebounding champ, but he's also a 10-time All-Star. He gives the Washington Bullets some real muscle inside.
And so here are the West All-Stars. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. And Clark, when you look at Akeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Patrick Ewing's checked in for Malone. That's Barkley in for Larry Bird. It's tipped. It's stolen by Olajuwon. Here's Lever. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Fat Lever, snubbed a year ago, now a first-time All-Star, well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds a game as well, best by a mile for NBA guard.
And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP.
Take a break.
And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. No good on the second free throw. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most all-star appearances by far in NBA history. Clark, an all-star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first all-star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right. Hey, it's inexcusable not putting a body on a key. I mean, you deserve to get cooked when you don't do that. And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
Now, here's Johnson. Passes to Worthy. Clyde Drexler on the wing. He's guarded by Thomas. Drexler kicks to Johnson. 3 on the clock. Another shot. Tries yet again. He takes it up and lays it in.
Johnson.
And the West leads by 4. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
And he's been dubbed the round mound of rebounding. Barkley at maybe 6'5" last season led the league in rebounding. Amazing.
Worthy outside, trying to find Drexler. He's got it now.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries.
Timeout called East All-Stars. Hakeem Olajuwon with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Doc Rivers, he's checked in for Isaiah Thomas. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. The East All-Stars shooting their first free throw of the game.
Dominique Wilkins. One shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Wilkins. And the West All-Stars have possession. Here's Johnson, and it's blocked by Jordan. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Such great timing, defensive awareness, too. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like this, it certainly can change your approach.
Johnson inside, guarded by Jordan.
2 minutes remaining.
Johnson, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Olajuwon. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, I tell you what, you can't let Olajuwon get this kind of positioning. I mean, he is a master at knowing how to score close inside.
And not many out there who can elevate like Michael Jordan. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. Johnson finds Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Worthy, and Worthy throws it down. And James Worthy here in Clark, his 3rd All-Star game.
Yeah, I was part of the '82 draft when Worthy was the #1 pick out of North Carolina. He can hurt you on the block as well as in transition.
So refresh our memories. He was #1. Where were you taken?
I was number 8, Kevin.
That's right.
Number 8.
That's right. I knew that. I just wanted you to boast a little bit. Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
All too easy for Jordan. Just unfazed by anything the defense throws at him. He's got an answer.
Here's Johnson. 6 points for him. Inside, Olajuwon. Great defense that time from Ewing.
Perfect timing right there to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Worthy. Abdul-Jabbar on the wing. Back to Worthy. Some nice passing here by the West. And Ewing with the block.
Good read that time from Ewing defensively, showing that he can be impactful at that end of the floor, too.
Wilkins, the pass to Ewing. And here's Jordan outside. Hakeem Olajuwon has been leading the charge for the West. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this.
30.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware. And the West has made their imprint here in the early going, Clark.
Unfazed by those that are predicting otherwise. They're playing with a lot of confidence and maybe a little bit of an edge, too.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you?
Yep.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Malone is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then it's Johnson. Then it's McDaniel. And it's Lever in at the 2. And the foul called on Larry Bird. That is his first foul of the game. Doherty, he's checked in for the East. Donaldson, he's checked in for the West. Here's McDaniel. Bird covering. Malone, no what. Now, here is Bird. Ewing inside. Working on Malone. The size and aggression of Patrick Ewing inside.
The #1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an all-star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belongs, right in the all-star game.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And the 6'9" forward, Karl Malone out of Louisiana Tech, playing for the Utah Jazz. Tonight, he's wearing number 7 to honor the great Pete Maravich, who himself was a 3-time All-Star with the New Orleans Jazz. You know, the way his shot went so wide, pretty obvious he got fouled.
The East All-Stars have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
East All-Stars, Doc Rivers, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
Rivers hits both of them. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Doherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Here's Doherty, and finished off by Doherty.
And you know, they said Brad Doherty was too soft when he came into the league. Well, an All-Star in year 2 and now regarded as a top 3 center in the league. Well, sometimes they get it wrong in their scouting reports.
Lever against Rivers. Here's Malone, and Ewing sends it back. Jordan dishes to Doherty. Back to Bird. Over McDaniel. They get it back. Up and in on the layup. Ewing's got the lead up to 3 now for the East All-Stars. And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. So we'll take some time out from the game here, and these players have a moment to get a much-needed energy boost by refueling with Gatorade.
Yeah, you've got to keep yourself hydrated all game long. It's the only way your body can replenish your energy reserves and keep you running at full speed out there.
And some changes here for the East. Kevin McHale, he checked in for Ewing, and Sheets is subbed in for Rivers. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Malone. Some solid defense there from McHale.
Showing great intensity around the rim there. It's part of why he's such a respected defender.
Good on the bucket. Now it's a 5-point East All-Star lead.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game, trying to fill it up tonight as well.
And here's the West with the ball. Lever outside. And the pass to McDaniel. Here's Donaldson. Jordy defender. Pocket 6. Here's Johnson. The feed to Malone. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
Assist.
Johnson's got 6 assists in the game.
Johnson.
You know, it's obvious that Karl Malone spends a lot of time in the weight room because this dude is incredibly powerful. The story of their offense so far has been just that, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Johnson, the pass to Lever. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's McDaniel. And McHale pulls it down.
And, you know, so far I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it, scoring the ball. He has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
The West trails by 7. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
Makes it off the glass. And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly, and that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group of players really complement one another and give you the best chance to win?
Here's Bird. It's deflected. Here's Lever. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Malone with the steal. And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And, Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about, and that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Malone comes in for Doherty. And Danny Ainge is subbed in for Larry Bird. And West also making a switch. Aguaya's checked in for McDaniel.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan. Olajuwon's checked in for Donaldson.
West, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Johnson surveying the floor. That puts them in the lead. Olajuwon's got 14. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And, you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. And he makes the first.
You look at Maurice Cheek's game, and the intelligence and IQ and smarts immediately apparent. This guy has a head for the game.
Clyde Drexler's checked in for Johnson. So he gets them both. And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the West All-Stars.
Constantly applying pressure on the defense, Lever gets himself to the strike.
West All-Stars shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Team foul. Shooting for the West, Fat Lever, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Fat Lever is not the biggest guard, but he makes big impact on the game because he plays with such intensity at both ends of the floor.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Barkley's checked in. And Lever drops them both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Feeds it to Barkley. The West grabs the miss. Now the West with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Drexler, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Drexler's got his second bucket.
And enjoying his finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve his jump shot. Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul calls.
East All-Stars have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And he can't get the first one.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
Thomas checked in for Cheeks. Good on the second free throw. Here's Lever. He's got 8. Outside, Malone. Back to Lever. Malone outside. Shoots over Barkley. They get it back, and it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Yep, whenever Olajuwon has the ball now, he wants to take the defense to school, and I like his aggressiveness.
Jordan with it, and Drexler picking him up. And another miss by the East.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan Clark, it might just be Clyde Drexler.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep, great athletes. Thomas against Lever. To the inside. Here's Malone. That fall. Great assist by Lever. Malone's got the lead up to 8 now for the West All-Stars. Pass to Ainge. Malone down low. He's defended by Olajuwon.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Drexler passes to Lever. It's good. And now it's a 10-point West All-Star lead.
And they're pressing their advantage here, looking to extend this lead.
To halt the run. And Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, he's so crafty, Isaiah Thomas, and really unselfish. A pass-first point guard who knows exactly when one of his guys is open and how to get it to him.
This offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Everybody sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you really hard to defend.
Got a piece of it. Malone finds Drexler. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
I like seeing Drexler get it done inside, punishing the defense for letting him get in that tight.
Outside Thomas. And there it is for him.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
The West leading by 8. Lever dishes to Malone. Some nice passing here by the West. And Drexler throws it down hard.
Hey, when you throw it Drexler's way, expect the exciting, because this guy doesn't disappoint. One of the best alley-oop throwdowners in the game.
Thomas, that's good.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Pass to Drexler. Lever outside. Passes it to Malone. And then Malone with the dunk.
Showing off the power right there. Karl Malone does not mess around down low.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Barkley.
Hey, he's not the tallest guy in the front court, but Charles Barkley's strength, athleticism, and will make him a nightmare to deal with. He's 4th in the league in scoring.
McGuire against Ainge, and they call an illegal screen here.
You got to make sure that you're stationary and set when you're going to set a screen. Any kind of movement typically will draw the whistle.
Ewing's checked in for the East. Wilkins comes in for Ainge. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the West. English comes in for Aguirre. It's Jordan on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
He is certainly a dominant player. Michael Jordan, when he's in the zone, unstoppable.
26 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Drexler. Here's Olajuwon. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Olajuwon's got 6 in the quarter. It's Thomas on the wing. He's covered by Lever. High post, Jordan. And he gets the bucket. Barkley's got 6 points.
Certainly, Jordan could be a one-man offense, but he's always ready to get others involved.
And we finished one half of basketball. West All-Stars lead by 6. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. The East trailed by 6.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Jordan is up there with Thomas. Then it's Malone. Then there's Bird. And it's Wilkins in at the small forward. That's the group for Mike Fratello getting going here in the second half. And here we go. The East with a fast break. He feeds it to Bird. Good, and the nice assist from Wilkins. He has 6. And the players in tonight's All-Star Game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times. He couldn't quite convert, almost had the and one.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Michael Jordan taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And the East is trailing.
And, you know, a lot of these fans, Kevin, are really behind them. But in an all-star game, I think they really just want to see highlight plays from both sides.
I know you and I do.
Yeah, I love it.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Lever's checked in. And both free throws good for Jordan. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Outside, English. Outside, Lever. He dishes it to Johnson. That's in there. Lever with the assist. Lever's got assist number 8 here in this one already. The pass to Bird. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Malone. To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Excellent vision from Lever that time, thinking ahead on how to set up his teammates.
And he overshot that one, missing. The West leading by 6. Here's Johnson. Again, the West All-Star.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
Here's Wilkins. Here's Bird. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Bird's got 4 points now in the quarter. And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I'm going back to the 60-something. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right,
It's
of
Bill
course.
Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
Well, if Jordan is going for that scoring record, Clark, he's running out of time.
You know, I think at this point, Kevin, he can't worry about the record. Just try to get the win. There's always next year to get the numbers.
Now a timeout called by the East.
Giving up way too many scores inside. I can see why Coach called the timeout there.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. Puts it up from 15. Olajuwon with the rebound. The West leading by 8. Lever finds Malone. And the rejection by Bird.
East ball.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Boy, and that'll give them a nice injection. Nothing like a rejection to get a team fired up.
And here are the East All-Stars now. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
Michael Jordan, MJ. It really doesn't get much better than this.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is beginning now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Lever. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Malone. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it.
East All-Stars ball.
The East making a switch. Rivers checked in.
Doc Rivers.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
Tremendous all-out defensive effort. Saved the bucket there.
To the inside, Olajuwon. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
I tell you what, the peripheral vision, the court awareness of Johnson. This guy always knows when one of his teammates is open.
Here's Jordan. Trying to get open is Bird. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Jordan. And the West All-Stars have possession. That's tipped. Jordan with the steal. And the foul on Magic Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Ewing's checked in for Moses Malone.
Second team foul. Checking in for your East, Patrick Ewing.
Here's Bird. 8 points for him. Shoots over Malone. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Bird's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, the jump shot of Bird is so pure. He's got his mechanics down textbook style. You know, there's been talk about adding a third referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the board of governors at the next meeting.
English finds Olajuwon. And it's blocked by Jordan. Ewing with it. English picks him up. Here's Bird, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's just a 4-point West All-Star lead. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Hakeem Olajuwon with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
Barkley, he's checked in for the East. Worthy's checked in for the West. Robertson comes in for Lever. Rivers passes to Wilkins. And the basket good by Barkley.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
The West leading by 4. Johnson kicks it over to Worthy. Pass to Robertson. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Olajuwon. 6 to shoot. The drive by Worthy. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Well, the poise that Worthy brings to his game, I mean, it's impressive. He keeps his cool even in tough situations, and he always seems to allow the game to come to him.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And you think about adjusting, Clark, how about the all-star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this. That sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. Wilkins, the pass to Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Over Robertson. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Jordan. Jordan against Johnson. Here's Malone. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Malone's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that big reach of Malone, so effective from the glass, helping him to get to the loose ball so he can throw it back in the hole. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. They've led by as much as 10. And Jordan sends it back. Rivers against Robertson. Barkley. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Making people around him better. One of the things Doc is best known for. Doc Rivers, that is.
Back to Johnson. Outside, Olajuwon. From down low. Here's Malone over Rivers. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Patrick Ewing.
You know, you can't go for this if you're the defense. I mean, once Malone has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
The West All-Stars have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a 4-man.
Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the West. And both free throws good for Malone. And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting them touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Barkley's gone 6 of 7 from the field here, getting just about everything to drop. Worthy finds Johnson. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Ewing's got 5 rebounds tonight. Worthy against Wilkins for the tie. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That one on Malone.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
East All-Stars have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Doherty's checked in for the East. Ainge comes in for Dominique Wilkins. The West All-Stars also with the sub. McGuire's checked in.
1 shot.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Now Johnson. 10 points for him. Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over.
Not a bad time to pump the brakes right here. Check in with everybody and make sure you're speaking in stereo.
Dishes it to Worthy. The shot, no good. Now the East will take it the other way. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Robertson kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Robertson. Looking to get it going. Here's Worthy. It's good from in tight.
James
Worthy's got 6. Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture, doesn't he?
Yep.
Johnson with it. Robertson outside. The pass to Aguirre. With his first shot attempt, that one good for 2. And the West leads by 1.
And the Mavericks' Mark Aguirre actually got married last night. How about that? A big weekend for the DePaul product. Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
At the
East
line
All-Stars
for
have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Drexler's checked in. And so he hits both. 1:10 left in the third. Johnson kicks to Drexler. Here is Aguirre. Johnson right side. Over Jordan. A shot by Johnson, no good.
He just can't seem to get anything to go. He's in a bit of a rut.
Danny Ainge on the wing. Stolen by Drexler. Pass break. Here comes the West. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Barkley. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
You know, you look at Doherty's assist numbers, and they are tremendous for a center. Brad has excellent vision of the floor.
35 seconds left to play in the third. Johnson kicks to Drexler. Back to Johnson. On the wing, Worthy. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Rivers. First personal
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Shooting for the West, James Worthy. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Worthy. And the East with some changes. McHale comes in for Barkley. And Thomas subbed in for Rivers. And both free throws good for Worthy. And here is Thomas. He has 6. Now, here's Jordan. With 1 on the clock. No good. And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the East. And the blocks just kept on coming for him. He's playing some fantastic D. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA. Here's English.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Malone is out there with English. Then it's Lever. Then it's Johnson. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5, roaming the paint. The West trails by 3. Johnson dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. Lever outside. Kicks it to Johnson. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul. Now you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are graped up pretty good.
Elijah Wan's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. And that one, good.
Alex
English has got his first points of the game.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny.
Outside Lever. Pass to English. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Jordan. And the layup's good off the glass. Jordan's got 16 here in the second half.
The touch on Jordan's close-range shots is really outstanding. He almost makes it look simple and easy to score in close like that.
Down the stretch here, the East, Clark, out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Whew, it sure has been. Johnson against Jordan. Clock at 6. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Bird. Lobs it up for Jordan. The shot will not fall.
I think they were going for a little extra flavor there, ultimately coming up way short.
Johnson wide open. He fires.
Johnson.
The step back jumper is good.
Magic so adept at taking what the defense gives him. Nice shot.
Poked away. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
Johnson.
Clark coming down the stretch. It's still anybody's game.
Anybody's game is right. Incredible effort and energy on both sides. I know these guys have to be maxed out and gassed.
Malone, no luck.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
And the jam by Karl Malone.
The mailman delivering the night, door-to-door style. Malone asserting himself well on the offensive end.
Thomas passes to Jordan. Thomas feeling it out a bit. He kicks it to Bird. Shoots over Malone. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Bird. Down the stretch here, the West is leading Clark.
Getting it done, handling their business in fine fashion, and tell you what, it's been a really entertaining game.
You said it. Here's Olajuwon, and then Olajuwon with the dunk.
Hey, best of luck trying to slow Akeem down. Going up for a full-strength power jam.
Good ball movement here by the East. Bird, the pass to Thomas. Great play by Bird to set it up. Thomas got the game tied up here for the East All-Stars.
You know, I think they've got to show a little more anticipation dealing with these screens, because right now they're just laying on them and getting stuck.
Outside Lever. Pass to Malone. Over Bird. Again, the West All-Stars.
I like the touch from Malone inside there. I mean, one of the most accomplished scorers in the game, without a doubt.
Jordan. And he banks in the layup. Jordan's got 6 in the quarter.
Clearly a mix-up defensively there. Way too easy inside.
Now the West with the ball. Lever outside. Back to Johnson. Thomas against Lever. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 12. Again, the West All-Stars.
These offenses have been so sharp, so focused, so dialed in, and neither one is slowing down in the late game.
Wilkins in the post. Malone on him. Wilkins' shot is off. Lever taking his time here. Olajuwon trying to break free. And Lever gets it to go. The assist by Johnson.
And I think Magic Johnson gets more joy out of making the assist than any other part of the game that he excels in. Constantly looking to set them up for scores.
To the middle. Whistle blows. And that's going to be a travel.
East All-Stars ball.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Ewing's checked in.
Ewing.
The East trailed by 4.
And after the Central Division, the Midwest has been the second most competitive division. Those teams are sitting at 10 games over 500. Hey, height is just a number when you play with his tenacity and force inside.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. There's the dish to Lever. Passes it to Olajuwon. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Hey, it takes more than contact to stop Olajuwon inside. He stays strong through contact and gets the finish.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Michael Jordan. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making a push.
And they're doing it behind Hakeem Olajuwon. To me, he's the best center in the NBA. They certainly got a chance to give the Lakers a run for their money.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Trying to get open as Burke. A nice shot by Ewing.
Hard work paying dividends for Ewing inside, getting his shot through the defense there.
And the West All-Stars have possession. Johnson kicks to English. Now the pass to Olajuwon. Lever outside. English in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 13-footer. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Malone fantastic at understanding angles and how to go get that missed shot and put it back himself.
Thomas dishes to Ewing, shoots over Olajuwon, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
First team foul. At the line for your East, Patrick Ewing. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Ewing.
And Commissioner David Stern in the house tonight. Since taking over 4 years ago, he's done a remarkable job helping guide this league to new unprecedented heights.
Exactly. Barkley, he's checked in for the East. Clyde Drexler's checked in for the West. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. One thing the league has done since Commissioner Stern has taken over, Clark, is really marketing the league around its stars. And I like that type of strategy.
I agree with you, Kevin, wholeheartedly. And what better time to highlight those great stars than tonight? Amazing talent, compelling personalities. The league is certainly on a great trajectory.
It absolutely is. Now a timeout call by the West All-Stars. So it's the West now. They've led by as much as 10. English finds Johnson. Drexler outside. Here's English. The master of the mid-range, Alex English.
His mid-range shot is very solid. I mean, for some reason, the defense let him have it.
And the East All-Stars call time here.
Looks like to me the coach wants to talk things over and make some changes. Got to stay flexible with your lineups.
The East trailed by 3. Jordan outside. Outside for Thomas. Wilkins against English. Lock at 6. Wilkins, no good. The West leading by 3. Drexler drives in. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
Drexler, dependable at knocking down big shots, and that's why he's so well respected.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Drexler's gone 6 of 9 from the field, just 3 misses, shooting a terrific 67%. Here's Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 41. And Jordan Clark within reach of the record.
He's almost there. Keep that pedal to the metal is what I say.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Johnson against Jordan. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over.
Second team foul. Timeout, West.
Here's Drexler. Shot from the inbound. Kept alive. Olajuwon finds English.
Boy, well done on that pass by Olajuwon. He's just a tremendous all-around talent.
Here's Jordan. Barkley, and it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game. Set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're ahead by 3. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Not loose. Johnson, the pass to Malone. He lobs it up, and Drexler throws it down home.
Malone, an outstanding passer at the power forward position. He's got really good floor awareness and has a really good understanding of when to get the ball to the open man.
Olajuwon with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olajuwon. Thomas against Johnson. Thomas passes to Ewing. And Patrick Ewing with the slam.
Boy, this team relies on and leans into Ewing to deliver in big moments. Not letting them down there. No sirree. Patrick getting it done.
Pass to Malone. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Malone's got 14 points now in the second half. And Karl Malone's mom, watching back in Louisiana, Clark, has to be pleased.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, Kevin. Her baby boy did just as he was instructed to do, meeting her statistical benchmark of 25 points and 11 boards.
Well, you said it. Mama knows best.
Always.
Here's Johnson. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Wilkins. Money!
Humongous make right there. Stepping up for his team in a big way.
Now the West with the ball. I expect, Clark, they'll take their time here.
Yeah, every second that ticks away plays to their advantage.
Malone, no what?
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Thomas. Johnson with the block.
Goes to show you how well Johnson anticipates. Sees the shot forming and is able to get a hand on it.
6 to shoot. Here's Jordan. It's off to take the lead. Count it!
They do have a foul to give here if they choose to do so.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're down by 1. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know, it's always interesting to me to see what play a coach has saved for a situation just like this.
Come on, fans. Stand up. It's Lloyd. In for your East All-Star, Larry Bird.
Johnson with the bounce pass. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get him in the penalty.
Johnson.
Yep, good foul to stop the clock.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
Team foul.
They're leading by 1.
Timeout East.
Just 4 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your East, Michael Jordan. Taking 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Hey, anytime the game's on the line, Jordan is exactly the guy I wanted to strike.
And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in. Clark, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored, but you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names. That's always going to be tough to stop.
And you factor in the raucous crowd cheering on Michael Jordan, Kevin. No wonder they found that extra gear they needed when it was time to get it done.
That's a good point. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. So long and good night, everyone.